Yeah. Oh. Hey. It's like that, y'all. It's like that. Jump in. It's like that. Oh. Jump in. Jam on it. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back.
We did it, bro.
We did, man.
What's up, football fans? Welcome to the world premiere of The Chopping Block. My name is Ron Jones Jr., and I am the creative content producer for RJ Studios.
And I'm Chef Mike, the host and co-producer of The Chopping Block. So before we go any further, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to our channel. 30 days ago, we seeked out to have 100 subscribers before tomorrow's premiere.
Right.
But because of you, we totally exceeded that.
Totally. And it doesn't have to stop there. You can hit the like button right now and share it to your friends, family, or anybody who is a true fan of the game.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be here from the Hall of Fame game tomorrow through Super Bowl 58 in February. So, Chef, I know some of the viewers may be wondering, respectively, who is Chef Mike?
So Chef Mike is Michael Bradshaw from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Go Texans. Go. I'm a chef, I'm a father, and I'm an all-around football fan.
Hey, that's the kind of guy we need to be a host for The Chopping Block. So tell me more about the show. What can we expect this season?
All right, so, I'm going to do NFL stats and analysis from a fan's perspective.
Okay.
I'm also going to pick a game of the week, and I'm going to do a recipe or two from those specific cities.
Sounds like fun, man. I'm excited about this season, and I know you are too.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you do your thing, but before I do that and go back to my seat behind the camera where I'm comfortable, I want to let you guys know how you can be a part of the show as a diehard fan.
Are you a diehard football fan? Do you have a team that you would ride or die for? If so, you are invited to come chop it up with Chef Mike on The Chopping Block, the podcast where real fans talk real football. We're looking for NFL fanatics to represent their favorite team and contribute to our show by providing insightful and knowledgeable commentary. No gossip, no politics, just strictly football. If you would like to be a part of this diehard nation, visit our webpage at www.rjstudios.com and click on the original content tab. Then fill out and send a submission form, and a representative will contact you with the next steps. You'll be invited to a live recording in our Round Rock studio, or if you're out of the area, you can join us online. With only 32 teams in the league, slots will fill up fast. Don't miss out on your chance to chop it up with Chef Mike.
First of all, we're here to chop it up with DC. How are you, DC?
Evening. How y'all doing?
We're good, man. And I want what fan are you a team of, and how long have you been a fan?
Commanders since 1982.
Real fan.
Straight up fan.
Redskins to Commanders.
Helped me finish college fan.
That is nice. Okay, well, I'm from Houston, and I'm a Houston Texans fan since 2002. David Carr and all the rest of the bad quarterbacks that we had. Yeah, that's the best way I can put that. Okay, so I'm gonna start off. I will start off the show by having a moment of silence for Jacoby Jones. Jacoby Jones was drafted by the Houston Texans. 2 weeks ago, he passed away in his sleep. A lot of people didn't know that. My barber didn't know. He Commanders fan too, by the way. A lot of people didn't know that, but he had just recently got inducted in the SWAC Hall of Fame, like a week before that. And he just signed on as a coach for Lane, where he went to college in Louisiana. He's from Louisiana. And he just became a coach, and they found him dead in his Houston home. So I do want to have like maybe a 5-second moment of silence, if you don't mind. All right, welcome back, y'all, after that moment of silence for Jacoby. So I wanted to start off by showing love to this 2024 inductees, because it's a few names on here that should have been in the Hall of Fame already. I mean, I go back to Chris Carter, but that's a whole other conversation. Like, bro.
Brother had hands.
And he just that's a whole other conversation, bro. Like, politics, man. So Patrick Willis from the 49ers, Dwight Freeney, which I can't stand because of the Colts. I'm a Texans fan, y'all, all day. Yeah, for real. Julius Peppers, which I believe he should have been in there a long time ago because he was a force to be reckoned with.
Bad basketball player, too. I
didn't
watched
know
him at
that.
UNC.
He's pretty tall.
He came
though.
to Austin. He was a bad boy.
I didn't know that. Randy Gaspar, where he played, he's a linebacker for the Denver Broncos. They even put him in the Orange Hall of Fame, which is the Broncos Hall of Fame. Also, Devin Hester, which I feel like he's the greatest of all time, kick return and punt return. Like, I wouldn't kick the ball to him. People did, but that was ridiculous. My boy Steve McMichaels, a little about me, a little about Chef Mike. I'm a wrestling fan. I've been a wrestling fan since WWF, when it was WWF, before the World Wildlife Federation made them change their name because they sued them, and they became WWE. Then he went to WCW, where he was in the Four Horsemen with Ric Flair. So I'm an old school wrestling fan.
But I got a question for you. We're talking about the Hall of Fame.
Let's go.
How do you define
Hall of Fame.
a first ballot Hall of Famer as opposed to the people that get on the second, third, or this other class where you get in under that other
That was
extension?
my next question. So
Got to know.
The
I got
last
to know.
person though is Andre Johnson. I'm gonna pick him last because I'm a Texas fan. And I'm gonna be biased when it comes to that because Andre was with all those crappy quarterbacks, and he still shines so bright. Like, I mean, 6'3", 225 pounds. I don't see how you stop that. No.
Out of the U.
Yeah, out of the U. He was on that team with
Yes, he was.
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Like,
Ooh, that just does not happen anymore.
my son, 21-year-old, and we talk about that all the time. I say, Mike, that was the greatest team I ever seen because all of those guys are almost Hall of Famers, like literally. Andre Johnson's probably the last one that's going to go in. I don't know if McGahee will get in or Clint Portis, but you know they was on the same squad too.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But Ed Reed and, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was on that team. He was defensive tackle next to Sapp.
Yeah, but he didn't get to play after
He didn't
Sapp
get
came
to-
along.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, but
That's when he became a wrestler and an actor.
right. But he got injured, football injury, so he went to wrestling.
Yeah,
Same
but
thing with
he
Steve
even said the
McMichael.
same thing. He said, man, I was good, but
Yeah, Steve.
these brothers come along and
Sapp is a beast. Was a beast. But anyway, so how do you determine? So that go back to that Chris Carter conversation. Who's first ballot? Who's fifth ballot? Who's 20th ballot? Because Chris Carter sat for years before they put him in. Who I go to that whole conversation. Who picks it?
that was going to be my next question.
Who
It's
is-
sports writers. I believe it's sports writers that do this.
No, they have a Hall of Fame committee.
Okay.
Still, who are these people? Did they used to play? Are they just fans? Are they not fans?
Or they biased because
Are
he
they
played on a team
biased
they didn't
because
like,
they like
or
the
didn't
team?
like him.
Right. I don't understand it because
But here's the question.
okay.
When you're talking about the Hall of Fame, there should be no question when you're talking about an individual. Let's just say Eric Dickinson. I'm sure there ain't a person alive that's going to argue that brother's first ballot Hall of Famer.
All day long.
There are certain people, Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
I mean, there's no
Certain
question.
people.
Yeah, there's just no question. Does that mean that we need to have a separate category for everybody else?
I feel like I don't know. I'm trying not to get no hate comments in my comment bar. But like I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm a football fan and I come from a fan perspective. So, but like I'm gonna say, I'm just a fan.
Well, here's my question. When you're talking about the Orange Crush, I can't really think of anybody during that era that I would say, no question, Hall of Famer on that defense.
That's Romanowski. And
Oh,
he already
crazy.
in. He
Yeah,
already
but
in.
he was there in San Francisco.
Oh, gotcha. And he
Yeah, so-
ended in Denver,
yeah,
right?
and that's-
oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm just,
Would you call him crazy?
yeah, oh,
because he was
he's
nuts.
the one spitting on folks. He
Yeah,
was doing all kinds of crazy
I
stuff.
know. Poking people in the eyes, and he was doing all kind of crazy stuff. But so, and they have senior next to Gradishaw's name and next to Mike McMichael's name. What does that mean? Because they should have been in.
Yeah, but again, when I think of the Bears, when I think of those defenses they had in the 80s.
Tell me why anybody on the 85 team shouldn't be in the Hall of
Here's
Fame.
my question. I would never, when I'm going through my list of all them bad players, McMichaels ain't going to come up on my list.
He come up on mine, though.
Hampton would come up on my list, barely. But I'm not thinking of McMichaels, even though I know he protected Singletary and all the linebackers to keep them freed up to do what they did. But
you know why he don't come up on our radar? Because Refrigerator had it on lock. Refrigerator was getting all the shine.
if you were thinking of interior linemen,
You think
for the
about-
Cowboys,
You wouldn't even know who was next to
Thank
him.
you. I'm just thinking Refrigerator. That's it.
Yeah, Refrigerator.
That's
Because he ran the ball in the Super Bowl. He ran for that
And he
touchdown,
was
right?
so big.
And he was so big. You probably couldn't even see the other dude. But McMichaels was pretty big, too, though.
But again, I'm not questioning that.
Right.
He was a good player.
He was a good player.
But am I thinking he's a Hall of
No,
Fame
I
first
get it,
ballot,
I
even
get
though
it.
he's not a first ballot?
Right.
That's why I get on run into that question.
I'm all about defense, though, DC. And the 85 Bears are one of the greatest defenses
they were
ever.
some bad boys.
Ever. Right?
Only
So,
one coming close to that, I would have said, was the Ravens.
2000 Ravens.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
Coming close, but they
Only ones in that category, those two teams for me.
But I'd still give it
Defensive.
to the Bears. I'd still give it to the Bears.
I mean, Ravens was like beating people with like 9-3. You know what I'm saying? It was
They
like
didn't have
Phil.
no offense.
I
Well,
mean, yeah.
Bears didn't
yeah.
have much better, but you know.
I mean, their quarterback's about the same. What was his name? McMahon.
Yeah, Jim McMahon.
And then their quarterback was what? I don't even remember his name.
He's used to be a commentator for ESPN.
Yeah, but he wasn't a quarterback at that point. He was 15 years in or something like that.
It was.
I don't know, bro. Like that's how serious it was.
But you know, the Bears had sweetness, and you know
They
I
did
can't
have
forgive the
sweetness.
Bears for not letting that brother
And
score in the
Gentry.
Super Bowl.
Like they had some.
Oh yeah, Gentry, bad boy, out of Baylor.
Yeah. They had some people on the 85 Bears offensively and defensively was stout.
But we're talking about sweetness.
talking
How
about
they not
sweetness.
getting that brother a touchdown in that game.
All you talk about is Refrigerator getting a touchdown. That's it.
That's it.
And they had the whole Walter Payton on their team. The greatest ever to me. So anyway, picking the Hall of Famers, I don't get it. I don't think I ever will. Because it's a few people out there that should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, that have retired maybe 10 years now. Like, watch what happened to when Brady. He just retired, right? Mm-hmm. Watch.
Oh, he gonna get
Next
in.
year.
He gonna get in first ballot.
Next year.
He a quarterback, so you know he's straight up getting in.
But still, like, come on, man. It's just, all I'm saying is I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm not saying it's a black and white thing.
I'm sure that has some. There's
But
always.
I'm pretty
gonna be
sure
shades
that
in it.
politics has something to do with it.
Oh, always.
Because that don't make sense to me. Because why Chris Carter? Like, he's one of the greatest receivers ever, man.
I honestly didn't know it had been that long before he got in. I thought he was.
Once
first,
I found
second
out, I did
ballot.
my research. No. Well, like, he had been retired over 20 years.
But you know, part of it was, I'm sure, he was so
he played
young
for?
and had so much attitude early on
He
that
was, yeah.
until he pretty much, I don't know if they cut him, but that change.
He changed when he went to Minnesota. Then he got Randy Moss on his team and he realized how
Yeah.
bad. How
And he
great
also tried to
was.
help Randy Moss to not make some of the mistakes he made.
Had to.
Yeah, so.
Because Randy Moss
especially
was
when you
just
got
like
that
him.
much time- Exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that. He was with Randall Cunningham. Wow. Thank you, DC. I forgot about that.
I'm a little older, man. So
Yeah, you are older, so you helped me. You put
don't
me
make
on
it that
game
much
that
older,
time.
man.
Okay,
Come
I'm
on
sorry,
now, you know,
I'm sorry.
just a little bit.
I'm sorry. So how do you feel about what's your thoughts on the Hall of Fame game? It's in entirety.
I don't think anything about that game.
Me neither, bro.
I don't even know why the game's played.
Why?
Yeah.
And then we got the Bears. Texans got the Bears week 2. Explain that to me. We got to play you in the Hall of Fame game, which is a big event now. And then you telling me they hyping up Caleb Williams and hyping up C.J. Stroud battle. You know they're not really gonna play that long, right?
If at all. Maybe a series or two.
Maybe a series. But all I'm saying is they hyping up, but then week 2 we got to see them again. I don't like that actually.
And you ain't gonna show anything in that game because you playing them 2 weeks later.
Exactly. So what are you working on? Because in the preseason you don't even show nothing.
But probably the only thing you're working on in that game is looking at some players to see if they can make your team.
Rookies and
That's it.
free agents.
Or some
and
yeah, that's it. Because you
see how people mesh with each other. But if they don't play, see, this is my problem with preseason and the Hall of Fame game. If you don't play, so it takes time. Just what I know, like I said, what I know, I'm just a fan. But it takes time to mesh with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is the same.
Got to find that chemistry.
And if you're not really playing your real plays, and you're not really playing everybody that's actually going to be lined up next to each other on an 11 versus 11, what are you really getting out of this?
Well,
what if somebody get hurt and it ends their career
the networks,
in a preseason game or in a Hall of Fame
networks
game?
in the NFL are getting paid. They're making their money.
I know. Okay.
That's where they make a
Shield.
ton of money.
The Shield, got love for
That's
you.
right.
Tell to the camera, I got love to you, NFL. I just don't understand. I just don't.
Nah,
Like,
I'm not
I didn't see people get hurt in the preseason game and their career's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my brother blew out his knee in the preseason game.
See what I'm saying? I don't understand why. I understand that you're trying to get reps, but if you're not doing your plays, what reps are you really getting?
I guess that's the closest you can get to seeing where these players are at,
So
especially
explain.
the ones that are on the edge.
So I'm going to go further. Why are they making us play the Bears in the Hall of Fame game and week 2?
You got a superstar quarterback on
That's
the
not
rise.
going to play, though. We talked about this already. That's
Yeah,
why I say
but
actually
that's
a second.
what's going to get people to turn into the game initially.
Thank you.
But
It's
if you're a
all
true
about
fan, yeah.
putting people in the seats.
It's all, man. That Shield makes a lot of money, man. Come on now. It's all about the money.
That sucks. That sucks so bad, bro. Like it irritates me and angers me. Like these are human beings, grown ass men, right? You telling
straight up.
me that you deciding that I'm gonna play Caleb Williams because I'm C.J. Stroud? That don't make sense to me.
But those two names gonna draw a lot of attention to that game.
And if it wasn't gonna be packed, it's gonna be packed now. If it wasn't gonna be sold out, I don't know if it always sells out or not always sells out because it's the Hall of Fame game. It's in Canton, Ohio. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, that's funny. I hadn't watched that game in years. I watched ESPN for the highlights.
Okay,
That's all
I
it
ain't
is.
never watched it, and I'm a fan. I'm gonna be real with you, fans. I've never watched the Hall of Fame game.
I watched a few minutes of that game
Never.
only because my little brother played
Okay,
in it back
so
in the 80s.
You exempt from that.
That was
like,
it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have watched it.
Exactly.
No reason to watch
'Cause you
that.
know he's a rookie. He's gonna play a lot.
Yeah, that was
Right.
that was his chance to shine because
Right.
he wasn't gonna get many.
So
more
I respect
opportunities.
that on that aspect,
Yeah.
right? It gives the rookies and it gives the people that's on the cusp chance to, hey, this is why I need to be on this 53 roster. I get it.
Those three letters NFL, it's all about money. This is a business, an extremely successful business.
How do you hype it up? It's not about those few players that we talked about that's getting
Let's just
inducted?
say, for example, if I was still in college and there was a couple of boys that I played with or people I grew up with, I'm gonna watch the game just to see my boys.
Okay. Point well taken.
Yeah, because that's about the only reason I could see to do it. I mean, I ain't watching that game.
No, DC, I love having you on this. We're going to do this again, man. I appreciate you.
I mean, I watched a couple of, and I don't even watch preseason games. When my nephew was trying to get in, I was watching his games.
Right.
For the 4 or 5 minutes he got to play late in the game.
Right.
So, you know.
So you got to literally watch the game.
Yeah, you
until
got
they
to
get
watch
in.
the game.
All the rookies that's actually not going to start. You know what I mean? You got to watch until.
You get those few minutes to decide for the NFL, those
Yeah.
teams to decide whether or not we want to keep you on
I'm
the
glad
roster.
they broke it down to 3 preseason games now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because the NFL
They need to break it down to 2.
Yeah, but the NFL they were making the money. The players
Oh,
were
they
making money.
fought that, though.
Yeah, they fought it. But that's now why we got a 17, 18
Because
game
we got
season.
the NFLPA and it's run by ex-NFL players, it's kind of.
But they had to negotiate.
They had to
that.
fight.
Yeah, because you're talking a lot of money. They say, okay, so if we're going to lose this money that we make so much money on, show me where we're going to make it up. And that's what it comes down to.
The owners and all that. That's why they have multiple owners meetings during the year. Like, what do I got to talk about?
How we going to make more money?
How we gonna make
How
more
we going to maintain and grow the business, because that's what it's all about.
It's all about that, period.
It's not like any other business. I mean, it's like any other business.
I heard
Your
a
job
joke.
is to maintain and grow your business.
That the NFL sign, it stands for dollar signs.
I always heard not for long. That was the one I always heard.
It's been going for a long time now.
No, I'm talking about from a player aspect.
Oh, yeah.
You get 3 to 5 years, so if you in the NFL, you ain't gonna be there for
You
long.
need to come on with it because
That's it.
it's not going to be there forever, bro.
But at least you can get some guaranteed money in these contracts in the NFL, which I'm really happy about now.
I'm really predicting that Brady might be the last person that played long as he did.
I don't even know how you, health-wise, you can stay that long, even though he was a quarterback. So
That even more so, though.
yeah. But
How did he stay that long as a quarterback?
well, but Brett Favre did it.
I mean, Frank
And I'm
Gore
sure-
did it.
Yeah, that to me is serious because he's a running back.
How did he do that?
He getting impact on every
That's
play.
a name we forgot for the U,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
You seen his son?
I hadn't seen his
He
son.
got drafted. He played for the Bills.
Wow, if he got
But
half,
they pooed on him. They didn't even draft him in the top. I think he went 5th round.
if he's got half the heart of his father, he's gonna be a bad boy. I mean, because
He's built. He's bigger than his daddy,
Yeah.
and more muscular. His daddy was just kind of like just a football body, you know what I mean? But he looked just like his old man. He got dreads, and if he, like you said, if he run as hard, it's half as hard as Frank Gore did. I'm talking about not Indianapolis Colt days. I'm talking about the 49er days.
yeah, oh yeah.
Because by the time he got to the Colts, he was kind of like coming off the bench. He started a few games, but I mean, 49ers linebackers didn't want to hit that dude like that. Him, Bettis. There was another dude. Him, Bettis, Chris Warren, like them big running backs. Christian Okoye.
I saw that hit the other night.
Yeah, man. I always watch it.
Boy,
I always watch it.
That was
That
Atwater.
one, that Atwater. Atwater knocked himself out.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
that was a hit.
Yeah. Broke his face mask, all that crap. But that hit and the Earl Campbell,
Oh yeah,
when he ripped his jersey, when he and his jersey rip off, and he just like, ugh.
linebacker for the Rams, Isaiah.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to get low, bro, when you hitting somebody like
He
that.
was bigger than you. He was bigger than him. Running back coming at you
Tyler
full
Rose.
speed. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's crazy, man.
Funny story before we ended. I met him. He had a walker. I mean, because he has a disease. I don't know many people know that he has a muscle disease. So that's not a football injury. The reason why he having trouble walking or had to retire, it's a disease that's in his family. It's hereditary. He got it. Yeah. So Earl Campbell had a wonderful career. My son. So we moved from Houston 9 years ago. My son played Little League for a Little League, and he just pulls up to the field. And because I'm who I am, I'm fan struck. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's Earl Campbell. And my son was like, who? And I was like, son. So I pulled it up on my phone. I have a picture. He took a picture with my son. My son played running back at the time. So he saw him and he was like, who is that boy? You know what I'm saying? My son had a 200-yard rushing game in Little League. Yeah. 4 touchdowns. And I told his team, they came to the sideline, I said, hey, y'all, Mike need 15 more yards for 200. The offensive line got together. It was like, Mike, follow us. And I was like, it gave me chills. Like, it's football, you know what I mean? And I know it's Little League and it's tackle. But once I told him he had football, that's on them too, because that's showing that they gave him 200 yards rushing. They gave him all them touchdowns. They took pride in that, and they opened up holes, man. And I still get chills. I got it on record now. One day I show you it's on the huddle. On the huddle, his game. Yeah. Well, DC, we're gonna do this again.
Oh, we definitely.
Yes,
talking
sir.
Football,
I love it, man.
Always good.
Thank you for that. All right, chopping block, Chef Mike.
Jam on it.